folks. This is Steve Sampson and Jim Jonas with another episode of Veterans in Politics. Today, our guest is going to be Tiffany Seeback. She's a candidate for Nevada State Senate, District number 19. Jim, you got anything?
No.
Miss Seeback, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
Doing really good. Tell us about you and your boundary lines. A bio and a boundary.
A bio and a boundary. Let's see, bio. I am 37 years old with 4 children.
Oh, hell no.
They're ages 7, 8, 11, and 14.
Ooh.
So I have kids that are in elementary school. Yes, but you can only fix so much there.
That's true.
So my father was the chief of our tribe for 10 years.
What tribe is that?
The Timbishaw Shoshone in Death Valley.
Oh, are you full-blooded
No.
Native American?
No.
How much blood value are you?
I don't even know.
Okay. You should do a DNA.
Yeah.
Ancestry.com.
It really doesn't mean as much to me knowing the percentage of everything that I am.
Okay.
I think that we should embrace all of us no matter what it is.
Good answer.
Yeah, nice.
Okay. Please continue, Ms. Seeback.
Let's see, I knew from the time I was 9 years old that I was going to be in politics, not a politician.
Just involved.
Just involved. I knew there would be a day, there would be civil unrest.
Right.
I knew there would be some kind of a revolution. Okay. I knew that there would be what you see what's going on in our world today.
The unrest.
I knew I was going to be here for it.
Okay.
So I just didn't realize it was going to be now.
Hey,
so.
Better now than never, right?
That's right. I grew up all over.
What does that mean?
My father was in the Navy.
Oh.
And then when he...
So you're a military brat then?
I was for a short time, yes.
Well, how short was that?
Until I was about 5.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Then he was out of the military, and they were young parents with children. Well,
right.
Parents.
How many siblings you have?
1.
Oh, okay. I figured you have a whole tribe.
No. It was me and my younger sister. She's
okay.
2 years younger than I am.
Okay.
And we were all we had growing up.
Right,
and
right.
we moved all over. Even when my dad left the military, we moved all over.
You still moved?
Mm-hmm. So I have seen a lot of things. I have been through a lot of things. I have met a lot of people, different cultures. I have experienced a lot of worldly things.
Endeavors.
Yes.
Okay.
And I don't regret anything that happened in my life because it brought me to who I am today.
Right.
Which I happen to like.
You know, somebody asked me if I had an opportunity to go back in the past, what would I change? Mm-hmm. And I said, nothing. Yeah. Because no matter what you change, it could be the death of me, right? Yes. Even the littlest thing could be the death of me. Anything I changed, I probably wouldn't be living this life I am now. I probably would have been dead a long time ago. So I wouldn't change anything. I would like to go into the future, find out, what those doggone megabucks machines are going to pay off.
Right? Yes. Well, I think if you were to go back and change something in history, it would affect everybody and everything.
Right, exactly. And no matter how minute it might be.
That's right. And that would be selfish.
Yeah, that would be.
Yeah.
And we know we're not in politics to be selfish. We're to be the betterment of the community. Right?
That's right.
Okay. So, what are your boundary lines? Or are you finished with your bio, Ms. Seeback?
Go ahead.
No. I want to make sure that I got your complete bio.
Okay. Let's see.
All right, I'm going to help you out.
Okay, go ahead.
I'll give you
There's
a question.
So much.
I'll give you a direct question, and then that'll help you fill out the rest of your bio. So, you're running for state senate.
Yes.
Okay. So before the boundaries, what makes you qualified based off your life experience that makes you feel as though you're ready to run for state senate 19?
Let's see, my values, for one. I've managed businesses. I've created standard operating procedures for businesses. I have worked with many people. I've seen what's going on in our communities. I know what they need. I've seen where the businesses are having hard times due to they'll get their licensing, but it's going to take this much time. They get the building, but then they have to wait for inspections. They have to wait for this, and people keep pushing on. And then by the time they open their doors, they don't have any money to open their business.
How different is the tribal law different from state law? Is there any difference? Is there? Because I used to watch these programs, and they say if you get on the reservation, they can't. The police can't come on the reservation to get you. Is that true, or was that made up? Or
no, that is true.
Okay.
The state police and the federal police have no jurisdiction on tribal land. It is sovereign.
And how do you know when you get there? Is there a sign?
There are signs, but sometimes it's hard to tell when you're on the reservation. It's not a welcome to the reservation. So you would have to ask somebody who's local to that community to find out. So you wouldn't really know.
So what, when you talked about the impact on different communities and like they're trying to start a business or whatever, so now would be a good time to tell us your boundaries so you understand the communities.
Yes.
What are the communities that fall within State Senate District number 19?
The counties?
Yeah.
So there's White Pine, Elko, part of Nye, Lincoln, and there's one more. I can't remember.
Okay.
Oh, part of Clark County.
Oh, part of Clark County.
Yes.
Okay.
So basically it's
mostly, okay, so.
all the way
You got
north?
all the rurals, right?
Yes, all the
Basically.
rurals. So you have Clark County. It kind of goes in a horseshoe around Clark County. So it's the outside of Clark County.
Up there by Mount Charleston?
Yes, Summerlin.
Summerlin.
Okay,
Right.
so it goes in a horseshoe around Clark County. And so you've got, and then it goes from Nye County and up,
Okay.
and then all of the east side of the state. So it goes all the way up to Idaho.
Oh, okay.
So yes, it's all rural communities. So, and I grew up in rural communities.
In your area, you have something very unique from Clark County, right? Those are brothels.
Yes.
How much, for one, because of COVID, is the brothel still in existence? Do you know?
Yes, it's still in existence.
Are they
Operating?
operating with social distancing?
I don't see how they could. It'd be pretty hard.
I had to ask.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't believe that they're in operation now. But I do believe the first time that COVID hit that they were still in operation. The first shutdown.
Okay. So are they like completely shut down now?
Yeah, they're not in operation right now.
Okay. So this is going to bring me to my other question, because I know the brothel is a big business.
Yes.
Okay. How does the shutdown impact the community as a whole?
I don't believe. I'm really not sure.
Okay. But how about the businesses in District 19? How are they sustaining it, especially being in the rural areas? How are they sustaining it?
They are having a very hard time. Our community is having a very hard time. Now, the first shutdown, that was bad, but the second shutdown was worse. Okay, because people already put their businesses on hold, and then they were thinking, okay, we can get back into routine. Right. We're going to build it back up, and then they were open for a little while longer, and then boom, shut down again. And some of them had just started a new business, okay? And a lot of, so there are about 24 bars out there, I believe, okay? So it's a big bar community, but people don't realize that it's not just a bar. These are places people go because this is their community. Right. They go in, they've been going there for years, okay? Then now they're not just they're not just a customer. Right. They become friends, they become family, that's right. And so the bars, they support the community. They help support the community. So they give back when, for example, somebody's son was killed. He was hit by a car. It was nighttime. He didn't have any reflective gear. He didn't have a flashlight. He was using his phone as a flashlight, and he got hit. He was killed. So one of the local bars, they held a fundraiser to try to get reflective gear and all of the things that the children would need to ride a bike at night. You know, there are no street lights. There's no bike paths. It's a rural community, so it's not a city. It's not lit. It's not safe to be riding at night because it's very dark. So the bars give back to the community. So it was a really, really hard hit for those people, you know. And then the gaming is a big part of it too, because the bars get paid through the gaming. So then the bars were allowed to open, the ones that had the restaurants, but that wasn't really what supported them. What supported them was the gaming industry. So it was a very hard hit. And we had a commissioner meeting, and all of the bar owners came to the commissioner meeting to talk about their problems, you know, and they're supporting, you know, a lot of the bartenders are single parents, okay, and they're trying to support their families, and they can't get unemployment.
Why not?
Have you talked to anybody here that's filed for unemployment?
There's a few people I know who received it.
Well, I know some people personally. They're waiting, and it's 35 weeks, and they still haven't gotten paid.
Yeah, as a bartender, it gets kind of tricky because of their wage rate, tips. Yeah. But
even other people that aren't bartenders,
right,
you know.
Yeah.
So, so the bars were trying to come together to help each other out, even though they couldn't work. You know, everybody's trying to share. It did bring people together, and it did bring our community together stronger.
It made a lot of people humble.
Yes, it did.
How does this COVID affect the tribal community?
The tribal community, they're really to themselves. Mm-hmm. So there are people that got sick, but I don't think it really affected them.
Is it true that there's some dirt floors in the tribal community? Is that true?
What do you mean?
Like it's a standard foundation, but it's you got walls and a ceiling, but they're dirt floors. There's no. Is that true?
So let me say something about the tribal community. Okay, so it really depends on where you're at.
Okay.
Which tribal community? Every tribe is different.
It's different, yeah.
Just like every other culture is different.
Right.
So you go to some places in Mexico, they have a building, and then they have dirt floors. Yeah. You know, that is.
The reason why I brought that up, I've never seen that here in America. I mean, I was in the Marine Corps. I've been in the Philippines and all different countries, and their dirt floors.
In our tribal community, I've never seen that.
Okay. There was a documentary I was watching, and they were showing that. That's why I brought it up.
Yes.
To see if that's happening here in Nevada as well.
No, see, my tribe is from California. Okay. They do have land here in Nevada.
Okay.
But there's no reservation here in Nevada.
Okay.
But no, it's not like you were told.
So they're regular infrastructure. They're like utilities and water and plumbing and
absolutely
of that nature.
Yes.
Yeah. I haven't been on one of those reservations in such a long time. So I just like to catch up and know exactly what's going on over there. And I figured that you'd be the good spokesperson to let me know.
Absolutely. No, I think people have a misconception of when they think of reservations.
Yeah.
They think of, junkyards and
I wouldn't go that far.
some people have, but it's you. They really don't want people going on the reservation to look at them like they're a tourist attraction.
Yeah.
It's very rude. How would you like somebody coming by your house to look at your house?
I got a wall.
Right, exactly. So, a lot of people have asked me, "Oh, where's the reservation? Can I go?"
You know why? Because people are inquisitive. They don't know, and they like to know, and
There are places you can go that are welcome to tourists. Yeah. They welcome them. In Death Valley, there's a taco shop, the Timbishaw Taco Shop, and that's a tourist place. So people are welcome to drive on there, and they have a shop with things that you can buy, and the tacos, the Indian tacos. So.
I know that there's a lot of tribal community are very, very proactive when it comes to veterans, and they have the powwows, because I know I've been to a few myself. What as a state senator for 19, what are your plans to help support our military veterans that are in the state?
Well, I have a song for one.
Okay.
Which I would like 50% of the proceeds to go to the veterans.
Okay.
But I think that I would like to talk to more veterans to see what it is exactly that they need. Because some people don't want to be helped. Some of them don't want to move off of the streets. They like where they're at. So it would really depend on what they want. So I would like to do more research on what they want as individuals, not talking about any kind of corporations, because getting it from the corporation, they may not know what they want, So
and it's interesting that you bring that up, and I appreciate the fact that you bring that up, because Steve and I get probably Steve more than me, because he is an actual veteran. I'm just I'm a veteran lover, as Steve calls it.
A veteran lover.
And because I have a lot of family members, and just to have an admiration for the military and veterans, I'll get all choked up. Anyway, so long story short, I'm glad you brought that up, because one of the things that we get criticized for sometimes on the show is that they don't think that we're veterans in politics, but we don't focus enough on veterans issues. And what Steve and I have always said is one of the reasons why we do the show is to bring candidates on, right? And the whole premise is to educate veterans, to get them to want to be a part of the political process. It's, if there's a pothole down the street, that impacts a veteran just as much as it does anybody else.
Yes.
And so and I'm glad you brought that up, that, it's, so many people have this whole idea that, like, if we didn't just specifically talk about veterans, there isn't such thing as just a specific veterans issue. Homelessness affects everybody, not just veterans. And there are veterans that don't want that help. They like that life. So you can't force a government program on somebody that doesn't want a government program.
That's correct.
And so does PTSD affects everybody. I mean, when you talk to rape victims,
yes,
they're suffering from PTSD, and drive-by shooting, a little kid get killed right in front of you. You're suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder as well.
Yeah.
But being a state senator has a lot of responsibility. And I wanted to know what you had in mind as far as an elected state senator for District 19. What are your plans to help District 19? And do you have any BDRs, bill draft requests in mind that you would like to implement in committees to get passed. What are your plans?
Well, let's talk about the bill drafts. Okay. So I would actually like to go back to 1776.
So long. That was before me.
Yes, but it was forgotten.
Okay.
Okay. Because our government was created because other governments had too much power. They had too many laws. Okay, so when our Constitution was created and our government was formed, it was formed so that our government wouldn't have too much power. Okay, so I would actually like to go through the Constitution, the state Constitution, and look at that because there's lots of little legs.
How does that differ from the U.S. Constitution?
By how many pages? I don't think anybody really reads
The state
constitution. It is so much longer. There's no reason for a state constitution to exceed the amount of our U.S. Constitution. I mean, have you ever read the state constitution?
To be honest with you, very, very limited, unless I'm doing research on somebody. But as far as the U.S. Constitution, almost all the time.
Yes, there's probably,
Especially they have this little hand pocket thing you put in your back pocket. The
Right.
handbook.
Yeah.
I don't think the state constitution has that, does it?
No.
A pocket held one?
Oh, no, you mean like this one here?
Let's see. Yes, like that one there. See, you have it.
I have about 3 of them. Not just like that. I have a bicentennial one.
A very good judge, Richard Scotty, carries the U.S. Constitution.
And bicentennial is a good year as year I was born.
Yes.
By the way.
So please tell us about the state constitution.
Well, there's too many legs in there. It leaves a lot of things open. So nothing
The discretion.
is. Yeah.
Judges run with that.
Oh, everybody runs with that. That's the problem. Okay, so with let's go back to the U.S. Constitution, and then we'll go back to the state constitution.
Sure.
The U.S. Constitution was created so there weren't too many laws.
Right.
Okay, you don't want too many laws. Then the states came in and they created their constitutions, which added all of these laws, which was what they were trying to stay away from.
Eliminate, yeah.
So when it comes to bill drafts and everything, I don't have any bills that I want, that at this point in time that I would like to draft. What I would like to do is go in there and see what we have all together and what we can fix in those. Okay, if we can amend anything or...
Well, something motivated you to run for state senate. What did?
I would like to bring integrity back to our government.
Okay.
I would like to be... I would like to lead by example for everyone. Okay. I would like people to realize that you don't have to run somebody over to lead.
Yes.
You know, I'm not here to run anybody over. You know, there's too much. You've got red, you've got blue. Pick one, right? Well, where's the middle, like you said before? Where's the middle? There's no middle. I'm the middle, okay? I'm not red. I'm not blue. I'm independent. Okay. And I'm here to make a change. Okay. Because if you keep voting for the same thing, there's never going to be a change. It's redundant. That is the definition of insanity. Keep doing the same thing, expecting different results. It's never going to happen.
So how many people are in your race in the general election? Just
one.
Just one?
Well, 2, me and my incumbent.
Right.
Yes.
And why would you want to unseat the incumbent?
First of all, this would be his 3rd term. And he was assembly in 2002, and before that he was a county commissioner. So he's got 30 years as a politician. Now, the government was created for people to come in, do a service for the people, and then live under their laws. Now, when you have career politicians, they don't do that. They don't live under their laws, okay? So his 3rd term, usually another thing that happens is they're getting older, right? Term limit. Well, I'll retire early and somebody can be appointed. Now, I'm here to give you guys a choice. If I wouldn't have ran, you wouldn't have had a choice.
Right.
And another thing, I really appreciate what you said about the bill draft request, because one of the things that I ran for assembly in like 2008, and I was real young and naive back then, and that's when I met Steve.
Going for Barbara Buckley, Steve. Who was a speaker.
So anyway, I was asked the same question, and I really like what you said, because one of the things that I've always said is, before we start trying to create more laws, and Steve knows this, we sat on the e-board together, I said, I would like to take an audit, and I would like to audit all these bills that are already on the books first. Let's see which ones are relevant, which ones aren't relevant. Let's get rid of the ones that aren't relevant, and the ones that are there that are relevant, why don't we take a look at them and tweak them before we start trying to create more?
Precisely.
So I really appreciate the fact that you said that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I know there's a whole ton of different things that, different laws that are passed by state senators. I mean, we got senior citizens, we have veterans, we have school choice. What seems to just stand out in your mind that you really want to amend, change, get rid of, or adopt?
I would like to protect the domestic wells that are threatened right now.
The underground water.
Okay, so in Pahrump, we have domestic wells. So you buy a house, you put a well on it. Now you're allowed to use 2 acre feet of water. Okay, you're grandfathered in with your deed. Now somebody's coming along saying, "Oh, we're going to put a meter on your well."
It's funny because I live in the rurals, going towards Mount Charleston.
Okay.
And I have a well. And there is a meter on it, and the state already contacted me about water usage. And it's funny you say that. There's 3 houses hooked up to that well, and it's all underground water, which is separate from Las Vegas Valley, which I love. I like to get away from these government corporation entities and my own. But yeah, the state did come and read the well and talk about usage, water usage. So please continue, because I'm finding this intriguing. Go ahead.
I thought you'd like that, Steve.
Yes. So that's one of the things that I want to do. I want to protect the domestic wells. I think that they have a deed, they're grandfathered in, that's a contract.
Yeah.
Now you don't come through and say, "Oh, your contract is void," because we made a law that says it is.
And plus, we pay, the 3 homes pay for the well, pay for the electricity and the pumping of the well.
That's right.
What are you messing with us for? We're not asking you for a handout. Leave us
Right.
alone.
They should be paying you.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And what else?
So another thing is the educational system. We're, I think, number 2 from the bottom on our education here in Nevada. And I think it's very important that the children get a good education, because they are our future. They are the ones who will be taking over one day.
And what would you do to make that better for them?
Well, I think I would start with the administration and work my way down.
What do you mean by that?
I would go through, what I would do is, you need the right people in place. You need to know you have the right people for the right job. If they're not qualified to do that job, they need to be gone.
Right.
That's all there is to it. So if you don't have the person who's actually, their interest is your child's education and the best that they can possibly get.
You know, they say an intelligent person surrounds himself by people smarter than him.
Of course, because they want to learn more.
Exactly. They want to be that sponge.
Yes.
There was a problem some time ago with me personally, because I'm very short with people.
Okay.
So I had to go see somebody, and because I want to know why I was short with people,
Okay.
and I was told that I'm only short with people that are not as intelligent as I am. If they're under-intelligent than me, I have no use for them. I have to deal with people that are smarter. That way I could learn and absorb what they're doing and bring it into my circle, which makes you a better person. Is that a true statement, by the way, Tiffany?
I agree with you 100%. I look at life. Life is a learning lesson. We're here to learn. We're here to grow.
I guess that's why I'm around Jim all the time.
It's interesting you bring that up because my mom said the day you die is the day you don't learn anything.
And that's right. You should be learning something until you die. Yep. That's absolutely correct.
She also did a lot of Indian beadwork, so I really like all your jewelry.
Thank you.
Nice.
I like the tat on the hand. I bet you that was very painful.
It was on the knuckles.
Yes.
But I'm not that brave.
But Ms. Seeback.
Yes.
Do you have anything that you want to say that hasn't been asked yet? I want to give you a full opportunity to get everything out, what you want to do as a state senator, what are your plans and stuff like that. I want to make sure I got it all out.
Okay. Yes, I plan on being the change.
Okay. And
being that change, like I said, is leading by example,
okay.
For one. I'm very proud to be able to take this step. Before I took this step, I was under the assumption that I couldn't, okay, because they program you to think that only people that are conditioned for these spots are capable of doing that. And by me doing this, I'm hoping that other people will do the same thing. They'll say, well, she did it. She wasn't groomed for it, but she did it.
Right.
And I want other people to take that step too, especially the younger generation. Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Because there are a lot of people that are lost right now.
That's true.
Everybody that's in their 20s and younger, there are a lot of people that are, they don't care. They don't care what's going on, okay? They're like, okay, red, blue, what does that even mean?
Right.
Nobody taught them. They need to know. They need to know because we're leaving this to them. And if we leave them a mess, they're never going to climb out of it.
Well, Ms. Seeback, I appreciate you coming on the program, but we're not done with you yet. I'd like for you to look into the camera and tell folks why they should go vote for you and and your contact information.
My name is Tiffany Seeback. You should vote for me because I'm here for you. I will lead with integrity. If you need me, you will be able to get a hold of me. I want to hear from you what it is that you need. Tiffany1776.com is how you can get a hold of me. There is a direct chat, so it goes straight to my phone. It doesn't go to anybody else.
Okay. And you mentioned what you're doing for veterans, and you said you have a song. Would you mind singing it for us? Because I want to hear it.
It's very long.
I want to hear it. Jim, you want to hear it?
Yeah.
Jim wants to hear it too.
How about I sing you the first part?
Whatever your comfort
Whatever
level
you're
is.
comfortable with, yeah.
It's not going to sound like the other one.
I don't know what the other one sounds like. Oh, when you really put that voice in there?
Yes.
Oh, come on, let's get that one.
You want that one instead?
Yeah. I want people to leave this segment of the show with that impression in their head about you.
Okay.
You can look at the camera. You don't have to look at us.
I put a spell on you because you're mine. I said, stop the things that you do. I said, watch out, I ain't lying. Yeah, I can't stand no running around. And I can't stand, oh no, You put me down. I put a spell on you because you're mine.
Tiffany, I want to get a bottle of Hennessy and a cigar and just listen to you all day, but I don't drink.
I don't either. Thank you.
Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for driving all the way down from Pahrump to come on the show. We really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Wish you the best of luck in your election for District number 19. And may the voters of Nevada really take a really good look into their heart and souls before they go to that ballot booth and say, hey, we want the same, or do we want something different? And let's see how that works. Thank you so much, Tiffany Seeback.
Thank you.
Folks, that's Tiffany Seeback. Oh, excellent voice. She's running for State Assembly District number 19. And when you go to that voting booth, you want to make sure that you educate yourself. Educate yourself and ask yourself, is my life going better now, or was it going better back then? And do I need to change it to make it prosper in the future? And if you do, then it's Ms. Seeback you want. This is Steve Sanson, Jim Jones with Veterans in Politics. Until next time.